Ancient battlefields hold the darkest secrets of Japan. Their souls lingered in deep anger and terrible starvation. When enough bones gather, a terrifying yokai is born. Hiroshi was a seasoned traveler, carrying a small lantern. He needed to cross the old plains before midnight. The village elders had warned him to wait until morning. But Hiroshi ignored the ancient superstitions of the locals. He walked alone into the silent, chilling wasteland.
Suddenly, the cold wind stopped completely. Silence fell.
A strange, high-pitched ringing began in his left ear.
The ringing grew louder, turning into a painful noise.
He dropped his bag, covering his ears in pain.
The ground beneath his sturdy work boots began to vibrate slightly. A dark shadow blocked out the faint moonlight above.
Hiroshi looked up, paralyzed by absolute, pure horror.
The terrifying sound of massive bones grinding echoed loudly. A giant skeletal foot crushed an old stone marker. Its empty eye sockets stared down into the darkness. The giant jaw opened wide in a silent scream.
Hiroshi turned and sprinted wildly back down the path.
His lantern fell and shattered, extinguishing the only light.
He ran desperately, blindly, through the thick gray fog.
Giant, bony fingers reached down through the dry trees. The massive skeleton walked slowly, but covered ground quickly. Ancient trees snapped like tiny twigs under its weight.
Hiroshi gasped for air, his lungs burning with pain. A giant dark shadow completely swallowed the running man.
The monster bent down, searching the ground for prey.
He pressed his back hard against the cold dirt. He covered his mouth tightly to hide his breathing.
A giant, bony hand crashed into the earth nearby. The monster knelt, bringing its massive skull very close. Its empty eye socket glowed with faint, dark magic.
Hiroshi squeezed his eyes shut, shaking in pure terror.
A single drop of sweat fell from his chin. The drop hit a dry, dead leaf perfectly silently.
The massive skull turned slowly toward the tiny ditch.
It opened its jaw, smelling the air for flesh. Hiroshi prayed silently, preparing for a truly terrible end.
The monster raised a hand to dig him out. Sharp bone fingertips scraped against the hard dirt wall.
Dirt fell onto Hiroshi as the monster dug closer.
Suddenly, a distant temple bell rang, loudly echoing far. The giant yokai froze instantly at the sacred sound. It stood up straight, looking toward the distant mountain. The sky slowly began to turn a deep purple. The Gashadokuro took a massive step backward into fog. The dark magic holding the giant bones began failing. A giant rib bone fell, crashing into the earth. The glowing light inside its skull faded to black. The massive skeleton collapsed violently into a huge pile. The bones turned into dust, blowing away very quickly. The morning sun broke through the heavy, dark clouds. Hiroshi opened his eyes, bathed in warm, golden light. He crawled out, looking at the completely empty plain. Nothing remained but a massive footprint in the dirt. He promised never to travel the dark roads again. He walked quickly toward the safety of the village. The battlefield looked peaceful and quiet in the daylight. But the giant skeleton always returns in the dark.